Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming on a glorious early summer day here in the UK. This is not going to be a pretentious fragrance review at all. I'm going to talk about a fragrance which has been around a long time. It has stood the test of time. And today I'm talking about Tabac, which is from the fragrance house of Murray and Wirtz. And as is proudly emblazoned on the bottle, it's been around since 1959. So it's pretty much put the time in, and it's still doing very well. It's still incredibly popular, and for very good reason. Now, it's classed as an aromatic fougere, and let me tell you, I think it is surprisingly good for what is a very modest price. This is classed as a cheapie. There is not a great deal of money you have to lay down to get this one into the collection, and I think it's just an absolute belter, really, for the price point. Now, despite the confusing name of Tabac, this fellow bears no fragrance resemblance to processed tobacco at all. In fact, nothing like it. It's said that the aromatic fragrance of tobacco plants growing in the fields is what inspired this fragrance, not the more familiar fragrance of tobacco, processed tobacco that we associate with, smoking, cigarettes, pipes and so on. Nothing like that at all. In fact, I would say this is a totally opposite to the dense, heavy fragrance of tobacco. This being rather light, spicy, slightly herbal, slightly floral, a little bit powdery, but very, very clean smelling. So in my opinion, it's probably the worst mist-selling as regards its name at all. Now, there is quite an extensive range of products within the Tabac umbrella. And to be honest, I have leaned quite heavily on that range over the years. When I get up in the morning, I use Tabac shave soap. I then apply Tabac deodorant stick. I might immediately after my shave use Tabac aftershave lotion, and then later in the day apply eau de toilette to add that little bit of zest. Oh, and after my shave, aftershave cream as well. There are a number of different flanker fragrances out there under the tobacco or the Tabac umbrella, I beg your pardon. Tabac Craftsman is one such one, and whilst it's not going to play any part, it's got a good kick to it, any part in today's review, it's certainly very peppery, very strong, somewhat akin but not quite along the same lines as Eau Sauvage by Dior at a budget price. But today we're talking about Tabac, and I'm talking about the eau de toilette, because I find the eau de toilette and the aftershave, they differ quite a bit. I do use the aftershave immediately after a shave, as the name would suggest, and this little fellow, much more floral actually, but the eau de toilette, it's got a bit more of the crispiness to it. So let me tell you of the accords themselves. Head note, this is what you get first of all when you spray it on. Pepper, bergamot and petitgrain. Heart, so the middle part, the sort of center part of the fragrance, lavender, geranium and carnation. As I said, floral, slightly herby. And in the base, sandalwood, musk and vetiver. A little bit more masculine in the base. Some have said this is a very masculine fragrance. I wouldn't say it's horrendously masculine, but it's certainly something which the modern gentleman can wear with no problem at all. Now, as I say, it's sort of spawned this vast empire of other items, and what I have here is only a small portion of it. I actually use their shower gel and all sorts as well. But as deep as you want to go, Tabac has got a product for you. So let me tell you about my interpretation of this fragrance, when, where and how you should wear it. Firstly, what season should you wear it in? It's traditionally been thought of as a kind of winter-autumn fragrance, but to my mind, that very crispy florality and that bergamot, the citrus, definitely makes it something you can wear in the summer months, and I wouldn't hesitate to do so. I wear it very often on days like today where it just works. Age range. Well, Tabac's been around a long time, 1959, so as a consequence a lot of the aficionados of Tabac are actually quite advanced in age as well. However, that said, I think anybody over 30 could enjoy this one, although in reality you can wear anything you want, anytime you want. Don't let any suggestion of age hold you back. Time of day. I would say this is a daytime fragrance because it is quite light. It's not horrendously powerful. It's utterly office appropriate. If you're going to be in a car for the day with a group of other people and you don't want something which is very, very powerful, which is going to get people's backs up, I would suggest Tabac Eau de Toilette is going to be a real performer for you. So not too strong, very nice. On that sort of parallel really, because of that, I say it's a daytime fragrance. I would say it's not an occasion fragrance. And by that, I mean this is not something you're going to wear if you're going to a very special event where you're meeting other people. Maybe, you know, it's a birthday party or dinner out with the boss, or you're meeting somebody of importance in your life and you want something which is an attention grabber. I would say Tabac is not that. This is more of a, you know, background fragrance. It's not really going to offend anybody. The projection of this is not strong. All right, this is one of the sort of things that is leveled quite often at the whole Tabac range, but it is not super powerful, which is to its advantage. This is how you can wear it in the summer months when it's not going to, you know, be too dense and heavy for you. I find it quite light. Its projection is modest. Its longevity, equally weak, I would say, because it's not super strong. It becomes a kind of intimate skin scent very swiftly after application. If I'm at home, working at home, I might apply this 2 or 3 times a day just to remind me of the fragrance, spray it on. It's incredibly cheap. You can put as much of this on as you like. So very much something you can apply with abandon. Third-party comments. I have yet to find somebody who does not like Tabac. So don't worry about that. The bottle, utterly classic, utterly traditional. It's a porcelain bottle, and all of them are. And yeah, it sings to me. I know 1959 is not the Art Deco period, but it sings to me of a bygone era, maybe of the Art Deco period, I would say, 20s, 30s, with that classic brown lid. It's got sort of gilt metal fixings or furnishings, and yeah, and the classic Tabac font which is used, you recognize it immediately when you see it. It's on everything in the range, easily identifiable. I rather like it, to be honest. I've got a real soft spot for Tabac and its marketing. And the value, it's a cheapie, all right? £17 I paid on Amazon for 100 millilitres of the Eau de Toilette. Now the aftershave, even cheaper. It's under £10. But I do like the Eau de Toilette. That little bit extra boost just does a great deal for me. And yeah, spritzes out beautifully, really performs well. Of all of the cheap fragrances that are out there, which you can buy for under £20, my undoubted favourite is Tabac. Although many people say it's a little old-fashioned, it's a little masculine to a degree, but I wouldn't say so. With the hints of florality and herbal, I would say this is something which anybody can wear. Now, I would wear this on a day where I don't want to wear something hyper projective. You know, I'm not wearing Sauvage by Dior or Bleu by Chanel. I want something which is a little more intimate to me, which is not overbearing, not overpowerful. It's not going to give you a headache wearing this all day. It settles down very quickly, and it's got that pleasing, powdery, fresh, spicy, citrusy fragrance, which I think goes so well in the warmer months of year. It transcends the passing of time. I dare say it's still made by the same company, although it may likely have been reformulated over the years. I would imagine this smells almost the same as it did in 1959 when it first came out, and in another 50, 60 years it's going to be doing the same, smelling exactly the same for the generations ahead of us. So if you want something which is traditional yet transcending of time itself, I would say Tabac is the way to go. I would perhaps describe Tabac as the navy blazer of the fragrance world. And by that, I mean the navy blazer is something you can wear with anything. You can wear it with jeans, chinos, smart trousers, grey flannel slacks. You can wear it with a t-shirt, a button-down collar shirt, or a shirt with a tie. The navy blazer is the king of flexibility. I think Tabac is much the same from the fragrance world. You can wear it pretty much for anything you're doing, and it's going to be appropriate, and it's not going to touch you in the pocket much at all. why not give it a try? I absolutely adore it. In fact, I've got it on in pretty much every way that it is for sale right now, and I just revel in that oldie, worldy, masculine, fresh, crispy fragrance. I adore it. I'm sure you will too. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more. If you want to come on the journey with me, you can drop me a comment, drop me an email, you can buy me a coffee, you can even become a patron, and I make extra videos for my patrons, and all of the information for that is in the show notes below. So until the next time, smell great, and I'll see you again very soon.